Hello, this is Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Monday, August 29th, 2016. As of this recording, Sierra is still missing. So, I'm getting there with this pitch for the Roundtable. The wife has complained to me in the past that they all sound like, when she's listened to the podcast, they all sound like they're reading from something, and that it's kind of boring. And I think I'm learning the other reason for that. So I wrote up this synopsis of the history and the characters and a 3-act structure, kind of a traditional 3-act structure, and it came out to 6,500 words. No way in hell and we're supposed to, if I remember correctly, I need to find the email, but I believe that what we were asked for was to have a pitch that is 5 to 8 minutes long. So 6,500 words isn't gonna hack that. That isn't gonna work. There ain't no way that's gonna work. So I've been chopping and I got it down, and I chop, and I was working on it this morning, and I'm reading through it, and what I'm really shooting for is to be able to get through the whole thing in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go over. I'm pretty certain of that. I've gone back through again. So like the history and the character descriptions, I think are about as tight as I can get those. I think they're, because there's just not a whole lot there. I got a little bit just to give a sense, but of the environment, and a little bit about the whole tattoo caste system. Not as much as I would like. And little bits about the main characters, and then I start getting into the acts, and I was going back through acts 1 and 2, and I was having to pull out anything that sounds like prose, sort of anything that has any sense of spark to it. It's just got to be bare bones description is really what it gets down to. And so I've got some more. When I left this morning, I was at 3,300 characters. And so I'm thinking if I can get it down to 3,000, or maybe a little bit below, I should, I think, be okay. And I think I can trim out that much from Act 3. But, I thought, the reason why it always sounds dry and whatnot is because with the time limit, and I certainly understand the time limit, they want to learn about the story and then dive into the brainstorm, which is the whole point of the show. You don't want a 20-minute synopsis for these things. But I really feel like, maybe that's part of the reason, is that just to, especially if you're doing something novel length, if you're going to try to map the whole thing out, you really, to hit that time frame, you've really got to just get down to just bare description, and nothing that is, that even smells like the beginning of a scene or whatnot. It's just got to be, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then that happened. And now that I think about it, as I'm listening to these things, that's kind of what it sounds like. This happened, and then this happened, and then she realized this, and then this happened, and then Act 1. That's almost what it sounds like, and that's practically what I've ended up with. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, this is just kind of the starting point for the story, and of course, they can ask me questions. And so I'll be really hoping that I get a question like, tell us more about this tattoo caste system, because there wasn't much of that in there. And that's like, yes, you're right, there wasn't. I got a little bit in there. But not a lot. And most of it's got to be, most of it's, like I said, there's a little bit in there. So hopefully it's enough to give them an idea of what it's about. And I guess that's the important thing. But I feel like I'm really close to getting done with that. So if I can chop out those last 300-400 words tomorrow morning, and then do another read through and see how long it takes me. If I can be around the 10-minute mark, I think I'm going to call it done. And that means then I can move on to other things, which would be good. I'm feeling the call of the next to-do item, and I really want to kind of get that banged out, and that's probably going to be getting the WordPress website up and running. Gotta do that. Gotta make that happen. And that's going to have implications for feeds and for where people subscribe. I'm doing a little bit of consolidation. And I think I mentioned that before. So I will have ample instructions on all of that when the time comes. But there's a lot of, once I get that in place, then there's a lot of these little housekeeping things that I want to get done. I can get those done, and that'll be great. And then the next thing after that is, it depends upon where we are in relation to Nest Relevant 3. It's going to be one of two things, and they might be these two things together. Well, it depends. So it depends on when I get Nest Relevant 3 back from the wife. I've got to apply those edits, and that would take priority. Otherwise, I will probably I will import Borrowed Time into Scrivener and start doing another pass through Nest Relevant 1 there. The book formerly known as Borrowed Time. I do have some structural things I know I want to do in that book. And then I'm just going to do another pass to make it better, punch it up, improve it. So those are kind of my next 2 or 3 things. And then once I get the wife's, the only other thing that's like looming on the horizon is once I get the wife's edits in, then it's time to start recording for the audiobook version of that. Yes. So that'll be fun. I guess that means I got to get the recording studio done. It's done enough I could use it, but there are a couple of woodworking type projects I'd like to do. To put a shelf in there. Right now I'm using a music stand and all this stuff, but I can record with or without that, but I do want to get that done. So I kind of just need to make some time. One of these Saturdays when it's just too hot and muggy to be working outside, I should do that. I really should. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking about today. I will let that be that for today. I will be back tomorrow talking to you then. So be seeing you.